find the perimeter of any shape, all you do is add all the sides. Our first shape is a square. One thing you should know about the square is that all sides are the same. So, if this side is 9 feet, then that means this is 9 feet, this is 9 feet, and so is this part. So to find the perimeter, you would add 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9, or you could do 9 times 4, and your answer is 36 feet. Don't forget, when you go to find the unit, it's always just feet. It's always just inches, or centimeters, or meters. So your answer is 36 feet. And also you could show this by using tick marks. If this is 9, this is 9, this is 9, this is 9. Those tick marks tells the reader all sides are congruent, which means they're equal. So let's go ahead and do the next one. We need to find this perimeter. Now one thing you know is that this side right here is 12. But what we need to find out is what this side is right here. And since this side has a tick mark and so does this side, that means these two sides are congruent. So if this is 11, this one has to be 11. Now I can go ahead and find the perimeter. I'm going to add all three sides, 11, 11, and 12. So 11 plus 11 plus 12 is equal to 34 inches. And that is the perimeter. That's the distance around that shape. Let's move on to the rectangle. Now, one thing you should know about the rectangle is that this side and its opposite sides are congruent. And I can show that by using a tick mark. And that means if that's 9.9, this one has to be 9.9 centimeters. And this side 3.7 is congruent to this side, those opposite sides that are parallel. And I'm going to show a tick mark, but I'm going to put two tick marks. And that means these two sides are congruent, which that is then 3.7 centimeters. So to find the perimeter, I'm going to add all of the sides. 3.7 plus 9.9 plus 3.7 plus 9.9 is equal to 27. It is equal to 27.2 centimeters. Let's finish this up with the parallelogram. Again, opposite sides that are parallel of a parallelogram are congruent, which means that side is 14 meters. And this opposite side is also congruent. Again, I can show these with the tick marks. And this is 5 meters. So my perimeter is 5 plus 14 plus 5 plus 14, which is equal to 38 meters. That is the perimeter. Let's go ahead and do the next slide. And on the previous slide, we just found how to find the perimeter. The next slide is actually a little bit different, finding the missing side given the perimeter. So right now, we're looking at the square right here. And I know the perimeter is 28. That means this plus this plus this plus this. All of these added together has to give me 28 yards. Well, what do you know about a square? You know with the square, all four sides are congruent, which means all four numbers have to be the same. So what same number can I add 4 times? That would give me 28. Well, you can do 28 divided by 4, and that gives me 7. Well, let's see if that's true. can go ahead and just erase that, move it over here. Well, let's go ahead and add these up. 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 is 28. So the missing side is 7 yards. Now for the triangle. This number 9 plus this has to give me 25 meters. Well, if you notice right here, there are two tick marks, this and this, which means these two sides have to be the same numbers. They are congruent. So if I add these two plus this, it's going to give me 25. Well, the way to solve this, I'm going to take 25 minus 9, which is this right here, and that actually gives me 16, which means this and this added together has to give me 16. Since these two sides are exactly the same, I'm going to take the 16 and divide it by 2 since they're both equal, and it gives me 8. So this has to be 8 meters, this has to be 8 meters. Well, let's see if that's true. Is 8 plus 9 plus 8, if I add all those sides, will it give me 25? 8 plus 9 is 17, plus 8 is 25. So again, my missing side that I'm looking for is 8 meters. Let's go ahead and look at the rectangle. Again, you should know that this side and this side is congruent. I'll put my tick mark, which means this has to be 8.7. If you notice, right now, I have absolutely no idea what this side is or this side. But I do know one thing, they're congruent because the opposite sides of a rectangle are the same. So how do I figure this one out if all I'm given is the perimeter and these sides? Again, to find the perimeter, I add all four sides. Well, if I'm giving these two sides, well, let's go ahead and take that away from the total perimeter. So 8.7 plus 8.7 gives us 17.4. I want to take that amount because that's this and this taken away from the total. So 48.8 minus 17.4 actually gives us 31.4, which means this side and this side here added together gives me that. How do I figure that one out? Well, let me go ahead and erase this part right here, except it won't let me erase, so I'm not going to. So anyway, I'm going to take this, that gives me these two sides, so I'm going to divide that by 2. So I'm going to take 31.4 divided by 2, and that actually gives me 15.7. So that tells me each of these sides is 15.7. And if I were to go ahead and add all of these, I'm going to go ahead and add 15.7 plus 8.7 plus 15.7 plus 8.7, it will give me 48.8 inches. Now let's go ahead and finish this last one, the parallelogram. Again, my tick marks, this is congruent to this side, so that's 29, and also these two sides are congruent. So if you notice, I'm looking for one of these missing sides, either this one or this one. Again, my total perimeter is 92, so 29 plus a number plus 29 plus another number is 92. So So I'm going to add the two 29s, which is 58. I'm going to take 92 minus 58, and that gives me 34. And again, this 34 right here is this side and this side added together, which means I have to divide that by 2 to get one of the sides, and it's going to be 17 meters. So 29 plus 17 plus 29 plus 17 will give me 92 kilometers. And again, that's how you find the missing side given the perimeter. So you're kind of working backwards.